through several groundbreaking projects, Burkina Faso's leader, Ibrahim Traore, is significantly altering the narrative of his country. His leadership is marked by a strong commitment to development, economic growth, and improving the quality of life for the citizens of Burkina Faso. In a recent turn of events, Burkina Faso has taken a significant step towards energy independence with the arrival of Russian nuclear experts from Rosatom in Ouagadougou to begin implementing West Africa's first nuclear power plant. In this video, you will also see how Traore has adopted a resolution on the establishment of an atomic energy agency in the country. But before we continue with this, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel so you never miss out on what is happening in Burkina Faso. Rosatom is a state-owned company based in Moscow, focused on nuclear energy, nuclear non-energy products, and high-tech items. It was founded in 2007 and consists of around 350 enterprises, including scientific research institutions, a nuclear weapons facility, and the only nuclear icebreaker fleet in the world. Burkina Faso has partnered with Russia to build its first nuclear plant. The project is in line with Captain Ibrahim Traore's plan to provide nuclear energy to the country, a goal set in 2023 which aims to lessen Burkina Faso's need for outside energy sources. A group from the Russian Atomic Energy Agency, Rosatom, visited the capital city of Ouagadougou this week to confer with Ibrahim Traore, the country's energy minister, regarding the technical issues of building the nuclear power plant. This visit comes after the two countries inked a roadmap outlining the necessary procedures to complete the nuclear power project in March of this year. Take note that this agreement began late last year, in October, when the Russian company and Burkina Faso signed a memorandum of understanding for the construction of a nuclear power plant in the West African nation. The agreement was signed at the Russian Energy Week in Moscow, which was attended by Burkina Faso's Energy Minister Simon Pierre Bussam. The document fulfilled the request made by Captain Ibrahim Traore at a meeting with Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin during the Russia-Africa Summit. The agreement laid the groundwork for collaboration in several areas, such as methods for developing nuclear power, using nuclear energy for purposes other than energy in business, agriculture, and healthcare, building nuclear infrastructure, and educating the public about nuclear technologies. Minister Guba emphasized that the discussions for this project were focused on the technical details necessary to advance the project, stating, "We aim to address all preliminary requirements so we can move forward with the actual construction of the power plant." This nuclear power program is an innovative step forward for Burkina Faso and the entire West African region. The plant is expected to double electricity production by 2030, which the government hopes would provide a long-term solution to the nation's energy shortage. Beyond just producing energy, the project is important since it involves important ministries, including the environment, health, higher education, and agriculture, to guarantee the plant's safe and efficient operation. The idea of a Burkina Faso-Russia deal specializing in nuclear energy and high-tech products raises several key points regarding its implications. Poverty, food insecurity, and the jihadist insurgency are some of Burkina Faso's pressing issues. Given its complexity and cost, nuclear energy is unlikely to be a top priority for their current requirements. Even though high-tech items have potential benefits, their effective utilization would require major infrastructure modifications. Note that apart from Burkina Faso, Rosatom is strengthening cooperation with other African countries, including Mali, Zimbabwe, and Burundi. Last summer, at the second Russia-Africa Summit, Rosatom proposed creating a nuclear fleet for Africa to provide the continent with electricity. The military government of Mali also announced in October 2023 that it had inked a series of agreements with Russia to develop a gold refinery in the nation's capital, Bamako. These agreements are part of Russia's ongoing efforts to increase its influence in the region. Rosatom signed a deal with Mali in October to explore for minerals and produce nuclear energy. Sanu said he had also signed a deal with a Russian firm to build a 200 to 300 megawatt solar power plant by mid-2025. Note that Burkina Faso is not the only country pursuing nuclear energy in West Africa. Nuclear power facilities are also being developed in Ghana, Niger, and Nigeria. Most of them hope to produce electricity by 2030. Ghana is moving quickly forward, with intentions to start building next year, while Nigeria has resumed its nuclear aspirations following past setbacks, such as the collapse of an $80 billion deal with Rosatom in 2016. It should be pointed out, nevertheless, that the Africa Corps, a mercenary organization once affiliated with the Wagner Group, has a history of indiscriminately terminating civilians and pilfering natural resources from the countries it occupies. Due to a violent insurgency led by many extreme militant organizations that have gained control of significant areas of the country, the Burkina Faso government has been unable to maintain security for the civilian population. Traore and his transitional government have recruited civilians, sometimes via forced conscription, into the divisive militia volunteers for the defense of the homeland to bolster the Burkinabe military. Traore has turned to Russia for his safety, since the arrest of multiple Burkinabe military commanders in September 2023 on charges of plotting a coup. Russia is coming with all it's got into Africa. Their comprehensive courting of Burkina Faso in recent months has also included 25,000 metric tons of free wheat. The race to build West Africa's first nuclear power plant underscores the region's growing commitment to addressing its energy challenges and securing a more sustainable and reliable power supply for the future. All this is happening at a time when the government of Burkina Faso, chaired by President Ibrahim Traore, has adopted a resolution on the establishment of an atomic energy agency in the country. The document defines the provisions concerning the competence and rules of operation of the Burkina Atomic Energy Agency. The establishment of the Atomic Energy Agency, according to Traore, will ensure Burkina Faso's energy independence, the country's industrialization, and facilitate access to electricity throughout the country. The Moroccan cement manufacturer CIMAF has also begun works to build a plant in Burkina Faso that will be powered by solar power. President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso and Chief of CIMAF, Anas Safriwi, presided over the inaugural ceremony. Traore said they want raw materials to be converted on site, which will result in the creation of numerous jobs in the cement sector and in the exploitation management department at this calcination facility. The factory would reduce the amount of hard currency spent on cement imports, a necessary building material, and meet Burkina Faso's needs. The solar power plant is expected to be operational in 2 years, and the production unit will come after that. The projects announced by CIMAF demonstrate the nation's growing emphasis on sustainable industrial practices, in addition to the company's commitment to developing its production capacity in Burkina Faso. Traore praised CIMAF's planned use of solar energy, noting that the government aspires to make renewable energy one of the pillars of sustainable growth. Traore also noted that Safriwi's presence has had a significant positive economic impact on Burkina Faso. He stated that the company directly employs over 400 people and indirectly supports the livelihoods of over 1,600 people. According to Traore, there will be less production cost with the solar unit that comes with the cement mill. We anticipate that in a few years, this technology, which is expected to gain popularity, will lower the price of cement, he stated. The idea to build a solar facility in Burkina Faso is a major step toward meeting the nation's energy needs. Traore has also recently launched the country's first treasury deposit bank in Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso. He believes the bank will be more accessible to the populace and aid in the socioeconomic development of the nation by financing projects and initiatives more suitably and organizing them without the exploitation and parasitism of Western nations and institutions, such as the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. The World Bank and the IMF are infamous for imposing severe conditions on loans they provide to African nations, including unconscionably high interest rates. We can all see the vision Traore has for his country. If all African presidents had to work like Traore, is it not certain Africa would have been a greater continent? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do well to drop your thoughts too on the Atomic Energy Agency Traore plans to establish. Encourage us to keep making videos like this for you by liking this and subscribing to the New Tourist channel. Turn on notifications too so you get notified whenever we upload videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.